Alright, so my first full day in Budapest, and you can see I'm here in my makeshift office. Coming over here to Budapest, the most important consideration for me was it wasn't the goulash, and it wasn't the proximity of Starbucks or McDonald's. It was actually the internet connection. So that is the most critical thing to me being able to successfully travel around the world and work. So when I got in here yesterday, I was really pleased to know that I had internet. So I've set up shop here in the office, I've set up shop here in the kitchen, if you will, and I'm using the dishwashing rack for a little stand. And I brought with me a keyboard, that I can use. It's a lot more easy. It's easier for me to use this keyboard and an external mouse than just using the laptop. So anyway, the day was pretty good. I slept. The bed in here is fantastic. The heat took me a little while to figure out the heat. I actually thought that I had the heat on last night when in fact I did not. So I was a little bit chilly last night when I got home from dinner. And anyway, so today I woke up, did a little bit of work. I went and got my hair cut. After I went and saw my ex, I brought her some clothes for her little girl. I think she's about 3 now. But brought her some clothes from the States for her little girl. And went and got my hair cut. And then I went to Starbucks. I had some coffee and did a little bit of work and came back. And I've been working here for the last few hours. And now I am headed out to have dinner. And once again, I'm going to meet my friend Alan and his friend John. And we are going to go out and have a wonderful dinner. We're going to what is the name of the place here? I'm looking for it on a conversation. It's I think it's called Kéhli or Kelly. It's KEHLI.HU. KEHLI.HU. So it's a very, very nice, authentic Hungarian restaurant with some live music. And we're going to go and enjoy some traditional Hungarian music and have some great dinner. It should be a really nice dinner. So it is. What time is it right now? It's about 6. I need to get going here, and I'm going to walk over to the Chain Bridge. I'm going to get some exercise in tonight and actually walk over to the Chain Bridge. It'll be about a good 30 to 45 minute walk for me, so that'll get some exercise in. And then Alan and his friend John are going to be waiting for me on the Chain Bridge, and we got to catch I think it's the number 86 bus. So we got to catch the 86 bus and find our way down to the restaurant. So another thing I should mention is the washing machine here. That's one thing that I always have problems with is the washing machines. They're in every language but English, and they're nothing like the washing machines back home. So I wanted to wash 2 items of clothes, and the damn thing ran for 2 hours. So needless to say, I probably have the cleanest 2 white shirts in all of Budapest. So those are drying right now. But anyway, so we'll be back here in just a bit, and maybe I'll bring you along for the walk over to the Chain Bridge. All right, so I'm about halfway to the Chain Bridge where I'm going to meet Alan and John for dinner. Thought I'd point this area out. This wine bar opened up within the last few years. It's called Divino, or Divino. It's actually Divino, kind of a take on a vine and a divine. But it's a wine bar here in Budapest, and in the summertime, and for all I know, here in the wintertime, hopefully, on a weekend or evening like tonight, this place will be just packed
with people. So I'm going to definitely be spending some time here while I'm here. And then right around here, you've got Starbucks, of course. And right behind here is the St. Stephen's Basilica. And this is a gorgeous building, built in the 1800s. And it's St. Stephen, he founded Hungary. And I don't know if he founded it, but he united all of the nomadic tribes here in Hungary. And in the back of that basilica, as I was telling Alan and John yesterday, they might have even gone here today, but in the back, in a jeweled case, is the right hand of Saint Istvan. And he became a saint because he brought Catholicism to Hungary. So there is a statue right there of Saint Istvan, and his right hand is now laid to rest in there. And every August 20th on Saint Istvan Day, they have a procession. They have a big mass here on the steps of the basilica, and they march. They have a procession where they take the hand and they march down this street and then several other blocks here in Budapest, and they march his hand. And when I was living here with Nori, I don't know how I did it, but I got a press pass. And during the mass, I was able to go through all the security and all the crowd. And I was actually able to go up on the altar and take a picture, like a video tour of their 360 panorama of the hand of Saint Istvan. And I still have that somewhere. But anyway, so just down this area here is the chain bridge where I'm going to meet Alan and John. If I do a quick stop here and I do a 360, this square right here is just lined with some really nice restaurants. So a lot of people will come here and have a nice dinner with the ambiance of the basilica there while they dine. So let's continue on and find our way to Alan if we can. And just like that, I'm at the chain bridge. It probably took me all of a little bit more than 20 minutes to find my way down here. And this is one of the many sites that you'll see on postcards if you're a tourist and sending postcards back home to folks. And these lions that are on each end of the bridge, I think, if I'm not mistaken, they're symbolic that they're holding the bridge to the banks of the Danube. And then right across the river is the castle. That's the castle district. I remember the first night in Budapest that I was here back in 1990 something, that I sat on this side of the Danube, and there was a full moon over the castle, and I remember the saying that I'm not the same having seen the moon shine upon the other side of the world. And tears of joy were just coming down my face as I sat there that night. I can remember it like it was yesterday. But this is definitely one of the more romantic cities that I've ever been to in Europe, or anywhere for that matter. So Alan should be just up on the other side of this bridge, hopefully. And then right over across the river, you'll see there is Matthias, I believe it's St. Matthias Church. I believe I can zoom in on that. That church is just gorgeous inside. And I was actually there once for a Baroque concert. It was I think it was Mozart's Requiem that I went there. And that was just gorgeous. One of the more memorable nights that I've had in Budapest. So I'll zoom in a little bit. And all the roofs here, not all the roofs, but a lot of the roofs have this real colorful tile on them. And that is Fisherman's Bastion right there. So Alan's Hotel is actually just down below the bastion there. And then as I walk over the bridge, I'll probably be able to get a shot of the Parliament building all lit up. Okay, so I made it over to the hotel. These guys were a little bit, no, they weren't slow in getting to the bridge. I was early in getting to the bridge, and as the Carlton is right here, I thought I'd come over here. So you guys, your first full day in Budapest, what's your impression of this lovely city?
Love it.
Yeah?
Very nice. Yes, we were up at the castle, which has a view overlooking the city.
Uh-huh.
Even though it was a little bit gray today.
Yeah.
Still a very good overview of the city.
Uh-huh. And you went to the Terror Museum.
Yes, and he was scared to death. You know.
You were, huh? All right.
Terrorized.
You were terrorized. All right. And then what else did you do today?
Went to the Basilica.
Ah, the Basilica. Okay. Well, wonderful. Now, you didn't, did you renew your your metro ticket? Mm-hmm. Okay. So listen, we've got a really special restaurant in store for you today. It was recommended to me by a friend, and I made the decision with John in mind. So John, tonight, this is all about you. This restaurant we're going to tonight, I had you specifically in mind. So let's go and have a nice night out in Budapest, okay?
All right.
You look puzzled.
Well, I am. I've been wondering what is the connection between this hotel and myself.
Well, let's go find out, huh?
All right.
So we decided to take the tram. The bus we want is the number 86, but we're going to take the tram down a few stops and get a nice take in the scenery. As you can see here, isn't that beautiful? That is the chain bridge from the Buda side, all lit up. And you're looking at Pest over there. That's all Pest. So it really is a spectacular city. You can see Mr. Cunningham taking in the scenery and taking a picture, huh? Not bad, huh, Alan?
Not at all.
All right, here comes the number 41. And that's going to take us down to Margaret Híd. The Híd means bridge in Hungarian. So we're going to get on this and go on down to Margaret Híd, where we'll pick up the number 86 bus. Let's get, opa. Okay. So we're on the tram. This is just a couple-minute ride. That'll take us down the Danube. You're almost on the when you're riding these things, you're almost on the honor system. It costs about $1.50 to ride it, or you buy a pass. And they don't check, you know, there's nobody to check and see if you have a pass or not, but what they do is every now and then somebody will, they'll, at a stop, the guards will get on, and they're not guards, or whatever you want to call them, monitors. They'll get on each end of the tram, and they'll walk down checking to make sure everybody has their ticket, and if you don't have a ticket, they'll pull you off, and they'll take your passport number or whatever it is they'll take, and they'll document you and then fine you. It costs about, I don't know, 50 bucks or something, or 100 bucks. I got caught once or twice, I think. Now I always buy a ticket. There's an even nicer shot of the Parliament all lit up at night. And I should mention that over the years that I lived here, they were redoing, you know, cleaning the front of that building, and there was always scaffolding up over, like, you know, a quarter or a third of it. And it's so nice to actually see the entire building, you know, without any scaffolding. So it's really a beautiful building inside as well.
A következő megálló Ben József tér.
Okay, it's commute time here in Budapest, and you can see the bus is rather crowded. My friend Edith, watching this, she lives in Genoa, Italy, and she used to ride this bus all the time, so I'm sure it's interesting for you, Edith, to see this video. Edith was the one that recommended the restaurant that we're going to tonight. And if anybody knows restaurants in Budapest, it would be Edith. All right, so we found our Etterem, or restaurant in English, and wasn't without a little effort. I think I had Alan and John pretty scared because the kind of walking through the hood here, or what it would appear to be the hood, but it's not. It's a wonderful neighborhood here in Budapest. We're in actually Buda. So we are going to go on in and have a wonderful, wonderful Hungarian dinner at the, it's Kéhli Vendalgo or something like that. Okay, let's go on inside. Okay, so we found our way inside. Music, please. I think that's what John wants, is some music. So this is a real nice Hungarian restaurant. We're going to be treated to some wonderful music. You see here? All right. So let's sit down and look at the menu. Okay, I'm not going to try to read this to you, but if you're watching this video, I'm sure you could pause it and read what you see here. It's a very storied restaurant here in Buda, going back quite a ways. And the music, the ambiance is just wonderful. I'm going to look for an item on the menu that Edit likes. It's a Transylvania. I think it's Transylvania stuffed cabbage. So we'll see if I can find that. How is this, John? To your liking?
Oh yes, very nice place. Good music. Very good.
Yeah, you said you like music, so I thought I'd bring you to a place where we could hear some real music, real Hungarian music.
I especially like the clarinet. I like to hear the clarinet because I play it myself.
Fond of the violin. I like the violin quite a bit. Okay, so I'm gonna look at the menu here. Doesn't get much better than this, I'll tell you. You can tell by the look on that tourist's face there that he's really enjoying Alright, so dinner has been served, and just as they served dinner, this fine gentleman came over by our table, and he's given us some wonderful music as we prepare to dine on our wonderful meal. And on the menu tonight, John, in appreciation of Edit, he went for the Transylvanian cabbage with the pork. So that looks good. You want to tilt it a little bit there, John? There you go. So there is the Transylvanian cabbage with the pork. Alan went for the, what did you go for, Alan? You went for the pike? Pike perch. Pike perch. Is that out of the Danube?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so, well, hopefully not, I would say. All right, so Alan went for the pike perch, and then I myself, I went for the beef goulash. Oh, look at that! And it's got the dumplings. Oh, and as they would say in Hungary, Nagyon Finom. So, and with that, I'm going to ask the nice man to play Fiddler on the Roof. If I were a rich man, da 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 da. There he goes. Yes, that's my favorite. You digging this, Todd? Okay, Todd, I bet you are, aren't you? And Jeannie and Muriel back in Casa del Sol, I wish you were here joining me. I better dig in.
As they say in Budapest, and all of Hungary for that matter, Nagyon, Nagyon, Finom. This is delicious. So if you are in Budapest and you're looking for a great place to eat, you gotta come here. It's fantastic. So I'm gonna finish my meal. I think John and Alan are really loving their meals. The music is great. And then afterward, maybe we'll mosey on over to Rada Utsa and get a little ice cream or something for dessert. A little 8-ish something. So we'll be back in just a bit.
Okay, so if it's not tough enough figuring out a bill back in the States, we're sitting here scribbling through the menu, or the bill, and we're looking at all the costs in forints, and everybody's digging out 5,000 here, 2,000 there, etc., 1,000 here. So we'll get it all sorted out as to who paid what. Alan needs 500 back. Okay. You guys enjoy the dinner? Mr. Cunningham?
Yes.
Yes. All right. He's figuring out that bill.
You put down, bro.
Okay, guys. So this concludes your 2-evening tour of Budapest. I hope you enjoyed it.
Great.
If you did enjoy it, I would appreciate it if you go to my website and leave some good reviews.
Will do.
Okay, and you'll be able to find your way back to your hotel.
Yeah. Look at it here.
And you're going to go to the opera tomorrow night?
Right.
And then off to Paris.
And you have fun.
All right, guys. Take care. Thanks for... I couldn't think of a better shot to share with you than this after a wonderful evening out on the town here in Budapest with my friend Alan and his friend John. Here is that is the crown. I'm on the Margaret Hid. That's one of the several bridges that span the Danube here in Budapest. And that is a crown of the first king, St. Istvan of Hungary. And you notice that the little cross up on the top, that's symbolic, it's bent. And I don't know the full story, but I think it goes something like they dropped the crown and that got bent or something. But anyway, that is the symbol of Hungary, if you will, that crown right there. And just beyond that crown, you can see the beautiful skyline of Budapest. And I'm looking straight down the Danube, and as I pan over, you're going to see the chain bridge. And then over on the left, you're going to see the Parliament building. So it really is a stunning, stunning city. Very, very romantic. It's one of my favorite cities, if not my favorite city in the world. So hope you enjoyed the tour of Budapest as much as I enjoyed doing it for you. There's the beautiful castle. And with that, I will say good night.